Okay, does this look like you? Is this your perspective on golf? It looks like an interesting sport, but do I want to take this on? It looks intimidating. Am I going to be embarrassed? Too expensive, not enough time, that sort of thing. I think a lot of people, when they look at golf, the perspective they see is what's coming up here. You hit a bad shot, the regular golfers are laughing at you. You're out in the fairway trying to figure out how to play this game, and people are frustrated that you're taking too long and just getting impatient with what you're doing. But there's another side to golf, which is you can have a lot of fun. You can learn new skills, build friendships, camaraderie with others. It's a sport you can play for your whole life. And you can do all this on this beautiful stage that is the golf course. A great place to enjoy nature and get out and learn a sport. So let's say you decide to take this on. You go take lessons maybe, you go hit some balls, you're enjoying it, but then you get out on the golf course and you look at it as like, holy cow, this looks kind of intimidating. So how do you take this on? For me personally, I recently took up skiing, and I'll compare golf to skiing here. My vision of skiing was what you're about to see here on the left. I pictured myself tumbling down a hill, breaking bones, and that sort of thing. But the great thing about skiing is this process of progression. You start at the bunny hill, you gradually learn the steps, you get a little better, and progress backwards. So at Cantigny this year, we're taking some new approaches. Here's a typical hole at par 5, one of the longer holes. It's just over 500 yards. That's 5 football fields. And I can understand where that's intimidating. And traditionally, you have 4 different tees out at Cantigny, the closest one being still 400 yards away, so still a long ways away. This year, we introduced what's called family golf tees. So we've got 2 teeing options that are even closer to the hole. Now you're just inside 200 yards to start off, and now that seems more doable. So if we take the skiing comparison to this, you see in a moment here we're going to have the bunny hill. So start up close. That's your bunny hill, and then as your skills improve, you gradually move back until you reach the double black diamond, which I haven't touched yet on the ski hill. But if you get to an expert level, then you're back at the back tees. This all ties into a program called Tee It Forward. And the idea is the professionals on tour on a typical par 4 hole, it takes them 2 shots to get to the green, and that's where you should start from. Start from the tees that if you hit 2 decent shots, you're on the green. So that's kind of the idea with the Tee It Forward. Some of the other parts of the game are etiquette. People are worried about there are rules. Am I going to do the right thing? That sort of thing. The main thing that you really want to make sure that you're doing out there is just keeping pace of play. If there's one thing that will frustrate a golfer, it's if you're taking too much time. Outside of that, they're just out there to have fun. So you've got about 15 minutes to play each hole. That's 2 hours and 15 minutes for a 9-hole round. And within that 15 minutes, do whatever you'd like. You can start at the bunny hill tees, the forward tees. If you're holding people up, go ahead and pick up your ball, put it on the green, hit a couple putts, and move on to the next thing. So, look at it that way. I had Nicole out. She's my neighbor, and we tried an experiment. We played from 3 different teeing yardages on the same hole, and you can see further back, it's a lot of shots, a lot of frustration, more time, and closer in, less shots. She enjoyed it a lot more and really took an interest in it, played a little faster. Then there's this other part, frustration, that scares some people off. There's Nicole, hit a bad shot. But as you can see, this isn't reserved for the beginners. That's Luke Donald. He's the number 1 golfer in the world, and clearly he's frustrated there too. So that's all definitely part of the game. If not enough time or worried about expense, we're also offering a new program called 4-hole evening play. For $10, you can come out in the evening, play 4 holes. Again, that's 15 minutes a hole. It's about an hour of your time. Pretty affordably get into the game. So a lot of opportunities now to introduce yourself to the game of golf, and hopefully this is you someday. You start with the bunny hill approach. You get kind of comfortable out on the golf course, work your way up to being a regular golfer, and you have a sport you can play your whole life. Thank you.